Yeah, yo, it's Widdis back with another one. Yeah, she got back to me. How many days after the fact? 3, maybe? 4? Yeah, she got back to me. Man, I honestly don't even feel like making a full length video, I guess. But yeah, I did feel that it was necessary to make this update because I do feel like I owe you guys or this channel I owe the logs, the video logs, the update, so she's gone and responded. I didn't, unusually, against my nature, I didn't respond immediately to it. I'm thinking of letting it simmer, similar to how she let my shit simmer. So yeah, I'm letting it simmer, but from the notification bar up there, because I haven't clicked on the message yet, she hasn't seen that I've seen it. Not that she's out looking out to see if I've seen a message, but yeah, from the notification bar, I saw that she responded. She was like, "Yo, big dog." Yeah, I was just this is me paraphrasing what she said. I could try to read it, but I'm not trying to visualize it. She spoke about how to paraphrase, she said, "Yo, big dog." I want to slam my head against the wall. Yeah, I was just telling my BF about how you be shredding and whatnot, and then she sent another message saying, "Yo, what's been going on with you as of late?" That was me paraphrasing to hell and back, Yeah, I'm not surprised. Not surprised. There's no way a girl of her hospitality, of her. I said I'm not gonna make a full length video about this. No way a girl of her, hospitality, of her courtesy, of her outgoing nature, of her jovial nature, goes and stays single for years. That doesn't happen. So she's got a man, as I anticipated, and yeah, that's it. I don't know what I'm gonna say when I respond to her. That's part of the reason. That's a huge reason why I haven't responded to her just yet. Because I don't know what to say. But what I do know is that words aren't gonna cut it, dude. I'm gonna have to be there. And yes, I'm still on that tip. Pause. I'm still on that tip of just being among her. In Johannesburg. I was having a chat with myself, like today, about this. Like mentally, I was thinking, that's a long-winded way of saying I was thinking about this. I was thinking about how, it might have been verbal, you know me, I like speaking. I was thinking about how I will not under any circumstances go and hustle in Johannesburg. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, never mind myself. I wouldn't go and hustle in Johannesburg. So the only way, not even for a girl, so the only way I almost said end up, but I'm not trying to end up in Johannesburg. I'm trying to, branch out into Johannesburg, but still maintain my roots. The only way I'll branch out in Johannesburg, or the only condition I will ever branch out into Johannesburg is if I am already comfortable. I need to head to Johannesburg to eat, not to look for food. A lot of people are in Johannesburg looking for opportunities. I'll be there looking to eat. Does that make sense? Faux physical doesn't need me to be in an area that has a lot of quote unquote opportunity. My market is overseas. Not in Cape Town, not in Johannesburg, not in Pretoria, not in Durban. Did I say PE already? Not in PE. What's another big one? That's about it. Yeah, I don't have to be in those places. So yeah, this year I'm heading out there to eat. I'm heading out there to eat. I'm heading out there to bring myself a sense of resolve. I need to be resolved when it comes to this goal. My feelings, as I've been praying to heaven, my feelings towards her have my pain, the pain in my chest has subsided over the past weekend. I made a comment about this in my community post, one of my community posts. So the pain in my chest has subsided, but it won't ever go away until I find resolve, you know. And I prayed to God about this. I was like, God, Lord Jesus, could you bring me a sense of resolve regarding this goal? And resolve doesn't mean you rid me of the pain and you allow me to forget about this goal. Resolve just means an opportunity to find closure and understanding of where I stand with this goal. It should be apparent, right? Like she's got a man move on, buddy. But I don't know. I might How I Met Your Mother this girl. You know, I might go through 7 seasons worth of nonsense and like in a roundabout way just end up being with her. Yeah. I might How I Met Your Mother this girl. She's not Robin. She's the guy that Ted ultimately ends up with. You know, I might How I Met Your Mother. I might go in a very roundabout way of landing her. Yeah, like I said, dude, like I've been saying in the past videos, I have to be the man if I want to pull this off. So just today, dude, I met up with a brother of mine, talking business, dude. Talking business. We sat there at the cafe, pulled out the full physical items. There at the cafe, had a whole chat, went through the numbers, did everything, you know. He's on board, you know. He's pushing the whole Bugs, if you're listening to this, I love you, brother. He's pushing the whole. There's no chance he's gonna listen to this or ever hear this. But yeah, I have to say that. Pushing the whole marketing agency thing, and it just so happened that our paths kind of crossed. You know, our worlds collided. Because I reached out to him randomly. I was like, "Yo, dude, I'm pushing this whole physical thing, and I've gone legit with it. I've gone corporate with it, or at the very least legal with it." And I've gone and I've turned it into a company. Do you think that you and I could get together during the weekend? I could, allocate some shares onto you just as a means of getting an understanding of how to allocate shares from a face-to-face personal kind of sense. So I needed a test subject in that sense. So I was gonna allocate him. I didn't mind doing it. Like allocate him like 1% of my company because just to get a sense of how to do that in person. Because if I wanted to do it online, I'll have to refer to my company registration service provider, consultants, people, and obviously they're gonna charge me a premium fee for a premium service. It's a very hassle-free service, so it's gonna come at a premium price. So I wanted to get an idea of how to do it for cheaper at the local branch. That was a disaster, but then that's not the point. He was like, "Yo, dude, it's incredible that you reached out to me regarding this because I've been looking into getting into business, more specifically the marketing agency side of things. So it's incredible that you, my homeboy from, middle school, high school, reached out to me regarding, some business stuff. So it's almost like this is meant to happen." So I sat down with him yet again today, talking numbers, dude. I bring all of this up to point out that I'm really trying to be the man this year, man. I'm trying to be the man. Yeah, I'm surrounded with some very capable people. Very capable people. It's almost like God wants me to win. You ever just get that feeling? I've been getting that feeling a lot as of late. Like, all of this can't be a coincidence. I can't possibly have, a buddy that, is doing the marketing agency stuff. I can't possibly coincidentally have a buddy who's like a close buddy who's doing, accounting stuff at a tertiary level. I can't possibly have buddies who are in the position to acquire shares and give my company the necessary last little bit of capital it needs to launch the product, So sometimes I just feel very favored. And yeah, I need to play my part. In addition to that, today I scheduled a meetup with another buddy of mine who will be hearing me out, just hearing everything that I have to say and making their decision based on that soon. So I'm surrounded by people who very well can help Full Physical get to where it needs to be in order to completely launch everything, completely launch the Cape Coastal Reverberator, and then from there, by means of rinsing and repeating, Full Physical will be able to fund its own, developments in the future. It's just this jump start that Full Physical needs from close friends. And as compensation, they'll receive like a little percentage of the brand, along with dividends and whatnot. So yeah. I might not sound very enthusiastic because I guess all my happiness, I guess, is layered on top of the foundation that is the, not to be dramatic, but the foundation that is the sadness, I guess, from this girl or whatever. But I will say, dude, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm feeling a lot better about that. And I thank God, because I was praying for that healing. I ought not to aggravate it by dwelling on it. But I did think it was important that I update you guys on her response. So yeah, she's gone and responded. I might take a few days to respond. Not solely based on the fact that I want to give her quote unquote a taste of her own medicine. By the way, I don't think it's a matter of me giving her a taste of her own medicine. It's just me trying not to seem desperate. I don't think it's solely that, but again, the fact that I just don't know what to say to her. I don't know what I want to convey. I don't know what I want to convey. I don't know what to convey to her, because I could convey like the hours worth of material that I've laid onto this channel to her. But that obviously wouldn't be the right move. That would be a terrible move. The worst move possible. So I need to be slick, dude. Yeah, and speaking of slick, she was trying to be slick by, sliding in that little, I've been telling my BF about how you be shredding and whatnot. Girls do that whenever they think dudes are trying to holler at them. I don't think my rhetoric was indicative of me trying to holler at her. I just said, I was like, yo, I'm gonna tap in with you guys later this year. I'm just trying to sort out my funds. Maybe it was, and I'm being ignorant. Maybe it does kind of seem that I'm trying to land her somehow, and that's what prompted her to, in her mind, subtly bring up the BF thing. Yeah, she thought she was being slick. Maybe I thought I was being slick as well, and then she caught my attempt of being slick. So we're both onto each other's BS, So, oh my god, and that's the last thing that I want. I don't want her to be on my BS, dude, because I'm really trying to materialize my BS. I don't want her to catch on to what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to draw near to her gradually. So yeah, we might both be onto each other's nonsense. Yeah, like I said, I need to approach Johannesburg correctly. I'm not about to go hustle there. She's deadass the only reason why I have Joburg in mind. Today I was looking at listings, like luxury listings in Johannesburg, and by the way, that's the only time I'd ever live in Johannesburg. And the only reason I was looking at those listings, considering those listings, even just looking at Johannesburg listings, was the fact that she stays there, and I might want to stay there as a result of that. Usually I avoid Johannesburg listings because the word Johannesburg oftentimes makes me want to slam my head against the wall. I'm not a big fan of Johannesburg. If I want to look at luxury listings, I'll look at luxury listings from CPT at Cape Town or some other place that makes sense in South Africa. And that's not to say that I have a good impression of Cape Town. I don't like Cape Town as well, So, but it's the lesser of two evils in my eyes. So yeah, I've been looking at luxury listings today. Just thinking about, I don't know, man. Because I don't know. Because that's not all she's going to be charmed by, right? I'm not expecting her to be charmed by what I have in my, my achievements and whatnot, but that certainly will help. It certainly will help to be this very capable guy who can provide her with anything she wants, But in addition to that, I need to make it clear to her that aside from that, I can make her very happy. Gradually, this is. I don't want you to get the impression that I'm just gonna pull up to her house or whatever and be like, "Yo, please be my girlfriend. I can make you happy." I just need to, like I said, I'm gonna need to How I Met Your Mother this situation. I need to spend 7 seasons or however long it ran, 7 seasons, just gradually building that relationship. Jesus Christ, how did I let that slip? Well, I know how I let it slip. I don't stay in Johannesburg for one. That's the biggest one. But the biggest one is that you didn't seek out to stay in Johannesburg. Yes, I know that would have been crazy. By that I mean it would have been a crazy move to try and pull off, considering your finances and whatnot. But you were just you were a bit too cool with letting it like dissipate. You know what is you were a bit too alright with it slipping, because you'll remember for like 2 years I just kind of shelved this sister. It's only in the third year where I kind of realized my feelings, I guess, kind of breaking out or breaking through and seeping into my thoughts and letting me know that I'm actually quite interested in this girl. Right now I'm thinking about how I need to be there in the case of her relationship going pear-shaped. You can't just hope on their relationship, falling flat, and then you're not there to capitalize or to be the rebound, anything. You have to be there. And I think it's a good idea that, because I've been in my city, Bloemfontein, for all my life. I think it is about time to start trying to branch out. Like I said, I'll always have my roots here, but I think it's about time, especially with the great urge of like moving out and whatnot that I have now. It's it's the greatest it's ever been, especially with that urge kind of coming in. Might be a good time to, and especially with Full Physical getting off the ground and becoming viable, it might be a good time to branch out there. But again, I need to be the man, dude. What does the man entail? What does the man entail? Well, every time I said I wanted to be the man, I always pictured me just being this super successful dude. But I think practically and realistically, the man is gonna quote unquote the man is gonna have to be a version of me that's heading towards that quote unquote ultimate version of myself. I need to be heading there, and it needs to be apparent and clear that I'm heading in that direction, undeniable that I'm heading in that direction. Perhaps while I'm becoming the man, that'll be the point where I just kind of hang around her and not being direct with my intentions with her. Wow, dude, I used to make fun of dudes like this. I used to make fun of dudes because I used to, see dudes like this. I was like, dude, how the hell are you just gonna hang around a girl and then she's not obviously your girl, How are you gonna hang around a girl that's like, that has a guy, but you're hanging around as if y'all are a thing? I used to laugh at dudes like that. Turns out I'm gonna find myself in a position, not even find myself in a position, but actively try to get in a position like that. I'm trying to get in a position where she's got a man and I'm the dude trying to get my foot in the door somehow, gradually. Mm-hmm. Thanks for listening, dude. I love you. I'll see you in the next one.